a short while. As long as you're following this strategy back to back, following the rules I'm going to be outlining in this video, and trust me, you're definitely going to make money in the forex market. So as you can see this thing I outlined right here. First thing first is you're going to identify FVG, or what we know as the imbalance, and then we have the liquidity sweep, we have the market structure shift, otherwise known as the change of character, we have the fib. Now this is fib extension, and then we have the OTE, optimum trade entry. Then the target for this strategy is 1:2 RR. So first thing first, I'm going to make sure that I outline the rules line by line. If you don't understand this video on the first time of you watching, make sure that you come back later, or you come back or you watch it again for you to be able to understand. So first thing is, I don't deal with any higher time frame bias. Now you can choose to be trading from the 4 hours time frame, or you can choose to be trading from the 1 hour time frame. Personally, I trade from the 1 hour time frame. So what I do on the 1 hour time frame is very simple. I identify what the structures on the 1 hour time frame. When I mean identifying structures, I identify the trend of the market. So if price is bullish, creating higher highs, higher low, right? Now all I'm looking out for is bullish fair value gaps. I'm looking out for bullish fair value gaps. When I mean bullish fair value gaps, I'm looking out for fair value gaps where I can buy from. Now, if you can't actually identify fair value gaps, all you just need to do is go on to your indicators, and you're going to look for FVGs. You can see this right here, FVG nephew Sam, right? Once you tick it in, now let me show you something you're going to set in as a setting. Go to the settings of that of the indicator. Make sure you turn on this wait for candle close to identify FVGs. Now the reason for this is market is going to wait for candles to close before it can give you a fair value gap or an imbalance. Once you identify the 1 hour time frame bias, if market is giving you high highs, higher lows, high high, higher lows, that is what's signifying a bullish trend. Now the second one is, let's assume that we have a fair value gap sitting just right here, for instance, right? Let's say we have a fair value gap right here. Now what you need to do is wait for market to return to this fair value gap, right? If price returns to this fair value gap, if market returns back to this fair value gap right here, now this is the time you switch backwards to 5 minutes time frame. When you come to 5 minutes time frame, you're going to see market in this structure, right? Now make sure that the trade you're taking is within this fair value gap. When I mean within the fair value gap, don't take any trade when market have gone below the fair value gap or close below the fair value gap, right? Always make sure that the trade you're taking is within the fair value gap, that no market price will go below the fair value gap. If it goes below it, please leave the trade, right? So what I'm looking out for here is, if I come to the 5 minutes time frame, I want to see one of the best broker you can ever think of. I'm talking of no other broker than the WinPro FX broker. Trust me guys, this is one of the best broker you can actually come across in the forex industry. They've been there for a very long time, and I've been using them for the past 4 months, and I can guarantee you of a very tightest spread you can think of, fast deposit and withdrawals. And trust me, they have many numerous instruments you can trade from, ranging from the forex instruments, indices, that's the Nasdaq, US 30, and the rest, right? And they have as well metals, gold, right? And then you can see right here, you can learn from WinPro FX. You can see if you come under the education section, you can learn. If you're a newbie trader, you can learn some few things from WinPro FX broker. And of course, if you come under the tools, they have the analytical tools. These are tools that can help you analyze the forex market. They have the economic calendar that tells you the news. They have the currency calculator, currency converter as well. And of course guys, one thing I'm going to tell you, if you actually want to be successful, always make sure to go for the tightest broker, the broker that offers you, the broker that supports you, right? WinPro FX is one of the best you can actually think of. If you want to sign up on WinPro FX, click the link in the description of this video, and once you're done signing up, you can see, do your KYC, at least make a deposit of $50, and of course you can start trading with WinPro FX. The registration process is not that hard, it is very swift. You can see, enter your name right here, your email address, your contact number, the country, state, and city, and you create your password. You can see they're giving you guys how you can create your password. Click on I agree, and you can create your account and you can start trading. So if you want to join me in my trading challenge, make sure to sign up with WinPro FX. send me a DM, and I'm going to add you to the Telegram channel. So let's get right back. Minutes time frame. I want to see a market do what? Take out liquidity. Now, what I call liquidity here, this is now the liquidity sweep part. What I call the liquidity here is this low that market will print on its way towards this fair value gap on the 5 minutes. Now, when market takes out that low, that is what our liquidity sweep right there. Now, the next thing I want to see is I want to see market give me what? A market structure shift. Make sure you're going for the cleanest entries. Make sure you're going for the I'm going to give you guys an example. Make sure you're going for cleanest entries. Here is the market structure shift. After the market structure shift, the next thing now is to what? Do a fib extension. But before you do a fib extension, remember, after a market structure shift, right, price will at some point pause and start coming back and start to return to an order block, right? When market start returning to an order block, now this is the part where you now use your Fibonacci. Now watch my fib setting, right? So you put your fib from this low right here all the way to the point, this point right here, where market was paused before it started coming back to the other block. Now I have three levels on my fib, right? These three levels is the 0.71, 0.786, and 0.886, right? This is my OTE level. Now what's the OTE? OTE is the optimum trade entry, right? So I'll mark out these three lines on my fib. This will be my entry point. I'm going to show you guys an example. So this will be my OTE right here. So if price returns back to this level right here, now if you want to see me where I trade with this strategy, make sure to follow my Instagram. I'm going to pop up my Instagram right on the side of the screen. Follow me on Instagram, and you're going to see me trading with this strategy every single day, because I'm dropping live videos where I'm trading live with this concept. So I'm going to target this high here on 1:2 RR. It's a very simple concept, right? So let me show you guys an example right on the chart. Okay, now first thing first is let's go to this is silver, right? I'm going to use this silver as an example here. So now let's go to 1 hour time frame. So if we come to 1 hour time frame on silver, first thing that we can identify or we can understand is that market before was bearish, right? Now this is my lower high. So you understand, this is my lower high here, this is a lower low. Now this is not a proper pullback, so this is now the lower low here. So from here to here is our lower low, right? Now after that, what can we identify? We can simply understand that market shifted structure, right? You can see this break right here. After the shift of structure, price identified this FVG. This indicator identified an FVG right here for me, which I marked out on the 1 hour time frame. So once I marked out that FVG, I'll go down to 5 minutes time frame. Now, when I come to the 5 minutes time frame, I'm going to turn up my indicator, right, just to have a clear chart. Now, once I turn up my indicator, this is the fair value gap I marked on the 1 hour time frame. Now, what can you understand? On the way, you can see as market was coming down to this FVG, you're going to notice that it came down in form of lower low, lower high. Now, this is the point, this is the low that market swept, tapped into this fair value gap. And what happened? We had a market structure shift right here. Do you see? After this market structure shift right here, this is the actual market structure shift, sorry. Okay. Now, after we have this market structure shift right here, what's the next thing we can see? It got to a particular point, price paused, and it started returning back to a certain level. So as market paused to that point, this is now where I'll use my fib extension from this low all the way to this high right here. Okay, this particular high right here. And what am I going to do? I'm going to mark out the OTE, which is these three red lines I have on my fib. Once I mark out these three red lines, and what's the next thing? My entry will be on the 0.71, and my stop loss will be what? Right below this low right here. Okay, and where's my TP? My TP will be on this line here, which is like 2RR. Go on my Instagram, you're going to see the trades I've taken using this concept. All right, and yeah, that's just the trade entry right here. So practice this more and more often. If you want to see me do this video again in a better way, where I will break it down very well for you guys, make sure to like this video, comment down in the comment section, and yeah, I'm gonna do a video showing you guys a better and more examples on this trade in the next one. So I'll see you guys in the next trade or in the next video. Peace out. Please make sure to subscribe, like this video, comment if you like the video, and I'll see you in the next one.